All good.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video on Kamaru Usman's knockout over Jorge Masvidal. So we're going to start with the actual knockout itself, and then we're going to build our way backwards on how he set it up. So the knockout itself was pretty impressive, and you saw how Kamaru used the pump feint of the jab to close the distance to throw the grab, which then pulled down the possibility of Jorge being able to parry this strike of the right hand, and then he threw the right hand with a high shoulder whilst leaning and almost rolling out the way of the anticipated left hook that Jorge likes to throw. So to break this down, you got the feint to start off to close the distance, then you got the reaction of Jorge's left hook, and with the preparation I'm sure Trevor Whitman drilled into him was to keep that shoulder really high, to duck down a little bit, so worst comes to worst, you've got a takedown in Kamaru Usman's case, because of course he likes to wrestle. So that means he defends himself from the counter left hook, he closes the distance, and he's got a nice long straight punch that can counter the left hook. And of course, this is a great way of intercepting Jorge's strike, but on top of all of this, by grabbing the hand, there's no way of Jorge possibly blocking the punch with his other hand, which is just meant to be on his guard. And this is a very sneaky little tactic where he pulled the hand down and then threw the cross straight down the middle, and it couldn't have been set up any better. It went straight through, a very, very clean strike. And some of you may have noticed that Kamaru was going straight into a takedown straight after this. His right leg followed up because of such an extension on the right hand. It was natural for his right leg to want to follow, and this meant that he might have actually gone for a takedown straight after, with the knee going behind Jorge's leg, ready to shoot in if the cross may have missed or may have not actually have landed as cleanly as it did. So the setup to this early in the fight was there was a lot of jabs to the body. The jabs to the body kind of set up the possibility of Kamaru shooting for a takedown because it looked like a level change, and this meant that it set up his cross as well. So the jabs to the body gave the illusion that he might be going for the shot, getting Jorge to bite on these jabs, and then he could come up with the cross. And he tried this a couple of times. However, it was unsuccessful in the first round to land as cleanly as of course it did in the second round. And I think this is partially because Jorge was in a southpaw position, so therefore his left hook wasn't necessarily the counter he wanted to go for, and the distance changed slightly. So when Jorge did end up going into the orthodox stance, I feel like Usman had more weapons and more ways of attacking this stance, and Jorge does tend to prefer his orthodox stance to a southpaw stance, in which his southpaw stance is more utilised for quick switch offences, as you saw against Till and other opponents. So a couple of attacks that he did try was he did of course that jab to the body and then come up with a cross, and I think that was one option of getting that cross off. Another thing was instead of pulling the hand all the way down, he would just sometimes slap into the cross, and he was always ready to duck and roll under that left hook. He'd been drilled very well to anticipate that counter from Jorge, and you saw him actually roll under a shot and go laterally at one point to get out of the way and throw a shot after the left hook was thrown. So not only is he trying to intercept that left hook, he's also looking to roll under the left hook and throw another shot after that. So there's almost several counter methods being initiated at once. And although these are very basic movements that he's using them to great effect, so he's not overcomplicating the situation, and he's understanding the moves that Jorge likes to throw on the counter end. Another method that Usman used to fake the level change was literally looking like he was going to go for a single leg. So he would duck low and almost touch the leg, or maybe not even touch the leg, but just show that he wanted to shoot. And this also got a reaction off of Jorge, and it meant that when he might have gone for the takedown in later rounds, Masvidal might have not actually reacted to this, and also it sets up the right hand, which he ended up landing as well, because the level change of course makes the opponent freeze in the stance a little bit to get ready to sprawl and grapple, which allows the strikes to come through afterwards. And on the countering end of things, Usman used the straight punches to counter Jorge's low kicks. So Jorge was using a lot of low kicks to almost set up his later moves. However, every time Jorge looks to throw this, you can see that Usman's looking to throw these straight counters down the middle, and he was getting a bit of success, especially later in the first round, which deterred Jorge wanting to throw the kicks as much, and it kind of led him into more of a punching exchange. So kind of nullified those kick attacks as much, and he knew that he wasn't going to throw too many high or body kicks because there was too much risk of it being caught. So this meant that Usman had to focus more on actually just countering the leg kicks with strikes, because he could counter the body and high kicks with his grappling. So yeah, all of this, all the feinting, led to his ability to feint his way in, and the main thing really is he was using that lean cross to get the counter off of his left hook and avoid the strikes. Anyway, thank you for watching. There wasn't too much to go over, it was a fairly short fight, but of course there's a lot of technical aspects that we went through, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure there's plenty more that went on, but these are just the highlighted aspects I noticed. If you have any feedback, please let me know, and please remember to like and subscribe. I'll appreciate it, and I'll see you next time for another video.